In this video, we're going to dig into a highly overlooked collection of fractional gold coins that you can routinely purchase for 2 to 5% over spot. A 2 to 5% premium is exactly what you would hope to pay for a full ounce. Yeah, you heard me. 2 to 5% for a fractional gold coin. What would you think if I told you that on top of only paying 2 to 5% over spot, these coins are right around a quarter of an ounce? What coins am I talking about? Why aren't more people talking about these coins? Where can you buy them? In my original video, What the Frack, we discussed buying fractional gold and whether size mattered. While I encourage you to watch that video, we ultimately decided that comes down to what you can afford while you're trying to minimize money wasted on premiums. You might also remember in that video, I also shared old British sovereigns and LMU, Latin Monetary Union coins like Rooster, Swiss francs, etc., are an excellent option, but in the interest of time, I did not discuss them. Stay with me and I will answer your questions, simplify your cost analysis, your buying process, and after all of that, I am certain, like me, you will start buying these coins too. Don't forget to stay until the end because I will share a spreadsheet that you can download, which will do all the necessary math for you, making it easy to determine when a coin is a good deal. Let's talk about it. If you're new to Stackers, let me share some of our basic tenets when it comes to buying silver and gold. We don't focus our energy debating which coins are better simply because of the mint that makes them, like eagles, maples, kangaroos, etc. On some basic levels, gold is gold. Number two, we say gold is gold because the numbers and the data show us that premiums are not made back when we sell. Three, we buy universally recognized products that are the closest to spot. And finally, we let math guide our decision making process. Most gold purchasers find ourselves stuck between a rock and a hard place. While it would be nice to purchase full ounce coins and minimize the premium, it's just not the reality for all of us. As a result, we have to turn to fractional, which isn't ideal because the premiums can run as high as 35% on a tenth of an ounce eagle. So, what options are we left with? Well, this may be a situation where the saying goes, everything old is new again, meaning not only on a global level in regards to returning to sound money with gold and silver as a foundation, but also on a personal level with our stacking. What I'm referring to is buying old European or Latin monetary union and British sovereign coins. To avoid boring you to death with the history of these coins, which is actually kind of fascinating, I might say. Nerd alert. On the screen here, there is a URL to a very well done overview from JM Bullion's website. I encourage you to check it out. In a nutshell, these coins were issued in various denominations and countries throughout Europe, with multiple countries minting their own version of these coins, as I'm showing here on the JMB website. In the US, we typically see the French rooster, the ducat, Swiss Helvetia, hopefully I said that right, German mark, Austrian krona, as well as some of the British sovereigns. But as you can see, there are more than a dozen versions. You can almost call these old European coins the euro before there was the euro. As I shared, there is a very cool history behind these coins that is worth learning about. So, what makes these coins so special for today's stackers? It's the ability to acquire these 90% gold coins for incredibly low premiums, which should naturally have you asking, but why haven't we heard about these? Well, from what I can tell, there are a couple of main reasons. First, there's a degree of difficulty that comes with these coins. Because of their quote unquote odd weights ranging from zero point zero 0.09, 0.1867, 0.2354, 0.2489, 0.4838, 0.9802 ounces. Whew. Okay, that was a lot. Particularly in the United States, this is a challenge for us because we're really used to fractionals coming in the sizes of half ounce, quarter ounce, and tenth ounces. And that makes doing the math relatively easy in our head. Determining the premium or cost per ounce, etc., is much harder when you have coin weights that are like 0.1867. The next piece is confusion. Many of us like to buy things we understand, and unfortunately, many of us in the US just aren't very aware of these coins, their history, and the idea of a 20 franc coin coming from Austria is confusing because francs are supposed to be from France, right? Exactly. The third reason I think is shiny coins are pretty. I hate to say this, but I too have fallen victim to falling in love with the shiny new coins that are hot off the mint press. And frankly, these old coins just aren't that. They are typically been in circulation for 100 to 150 years, and they carry a rich history that just aren't shiny and pretty. The fourth issue is kind of this what I call name brand shopping. It's a lot easier to say to loved ones that I just bought an American Gold Eagle or a Maple Leaf than saying I bought an old European coin. I'm not even sure if I know how to pronounce it correctly. It just doesn't go over as well. The next piece is kind of this limited numismatic value. In the US, we have a deep appreciation for our pre 1933 gold coins. Heck, some people even wax poetic about the history of our constitutional or junk silver. But these old European and sovereign coins have their own history. But because there are so many of these coins, only a few of them have really any numismatic value, which only adds to the challenges with these coins. And then I think the last point is really this kind of stigma around selling. Now, I use the word stigma because it is true that selling these coins come with some real challenges, especially when you think about only 1.5% of people actually hold physical precious metals, and the number of those that understand these old gold coins is even smaller. So this makes it hard when it's time to sell because you can't exactly throw a 20 franc Belgium gold coin on Facebook Marketplace and expect people to recognize it, know how to calculate its value, etc. Which means you're likely to have to sell this at your LCS. And historically, LCSs haven't really liked the idea of you walking in trying to sell 10 of these coins because it's harder to sell them to the next person. Fortunately, this is slowly starting to change, and I believe this will only increase as premiums continue to rise. Just as we've seen with junk silver, the premiums on these old European coins will eventually increase as getting the name brand coins become more difficult. This increase in popularity is why a few years ago, you could buy these coins below or at spot, and now they carry a 2 to 5% premium. Finally, yes, you may only get spot or slightly below spot when you sell, but you have to remember that you also didn't spend 15, 20, 30, 35% in a premium on the front end. Remember, we don't get our premiums back when we sell. If you find value in this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because Stackers is here to help you get the most metals for your dollars, and I don't want you to miss a single video. In addition, hitting that button helps grow the channel and we get to help more people. Also, give yourself and me a thumbs up for taking the next steps towards greater wealth by clicking that thumbs up button and checking out the new animation that comes with it. With that out of the way, let's address how to simplify the math associated with purchasing these coins. There are two ways to do this, and when you first start, you're just going to need a calculator. The first way is to calculate the price on a per ounce basis. So let's go ahead and use this Russian ruble that I purchased earlier this month for $495 when spot was 1938. We'll start by calculating the price per ounce by taking the price of the coin, which was $495, and dividing by the weight of the coin, which is 0.2489, which equals $1,988.75. Now that we know the price per ounce, we simply subtract the spot price, which was $19.38.76, which gives us a total premium, which is $49.99. So finally, to determine the premium as a percentage, we take the $49.99 and we divide it by the spot price and multiply by 100, which is 2.57%. So I was able to pick up this really cool old Russian ruble for a 2.5% premium, which was just under a quarter ounce. I don't know of any other coins that we can purchase and get that kind of value with such a low premium. The second way to calculate is determine the melt value of the specific coin or the quote unquote spot price based on the size and not on an ounce as it is normally calculated. Using that same Russian ruble at $4.99 with a weight of 0.2489 ounces, we take the weight of that coin and we multiply it by spot price, which was 1938. And we get a price of 482, which tells me that's what the melt or spot price would be for that particular size or that particular amount of ounces. To convert that number into a percentage, I just divide it by the coin melt value. So $13 divided by 482 gives us 0.0257 times 100 gives us 2.5%. If you watch this video, or if you've been around for a while, you already know that I have a spreadsheet which you can download in the description does all this for you and allows you to quickly compare those fractional coins versus American Gold Eagles or Maples or whatever it is you're looking at. So go ahead and go into the description and download it. It will make your life easier. Quick comment shout out to two lady stackers. The first one was Jen. She posted, "Thanks for the outline for investing and using rules," meaning Rick rules for selling. By the way, what was the other channel you mentioned? Could you post a link to it? I also had a comment from Ashley Rose. So I responded to both of them and I said, I share with at 43 Ashley Rose. I love that my first two comments are from lady stackers. We need to recruit more women, like Sally Sweetwater. That was the person we used an example. Anyway, while I'm shouting out these two lady stackers, I really want to shout out all the lady stackers out there. I know stacking is a very male dominated activity, but I see you, we see you, and we need to make sure more women are investing in their financial freedom. I hope all of you reach out to at least one woman you know and encourage them to start right where they are, wherever that is, with whatever they have. Small acts of have large impacts over time. Men, go buy that lady in your life a shiny piece of silver. This is the one time it's okay to buy high premium silver and ask her to join you in your stacking journey. It will only improve your results if both of you are working together. I will also tell you that this is something I do personally in my life. Every time I go to the coin shop and I take my daughter with me, I make sure she walks out with something, talk about it. And I want her to learn because it's important that not just men take their financial future by the horns and control it, but we also do that for the women in our lives and the women that we're raising. So let's go do that, folks. If you want more info on where to start, I want you to watch my video, Get More Silver and Gold, the 10 easy ways to increase your stacking budget as a starting point. Or you can simply check out, it's not just stacking silver and gold, it's a way of life. Thank you for seeing this video all the way through. You are my A students. I hope you've received tremendous value from this video. If you did, go ahead and comment I did, or comment whether you're more interested in buying old European or British sovereign coins now after watching this video. No matter what, as you know, we end the same way. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.